on February 5th, 2024, the palace disclosed that King Charles had been diagnosed with an unspecified form of cancer, and this was during his treatment for his enlarged prostate in January. Kate, can you take me back to covering that? We had no idea that we were being introduced to like one of the biggest and most stressful years when it came to royal watching and covering the royal family, but also, I've not seen a moment of self-pity or weakness from King Charles this year. I don't think he gets enough credit for how tough he clearly is. Are you impressed with his response this year?
Yeah, I think most people have been. I think he's been stoic. I don't think he's been self-pitying. I know that he wanted to do as much work as possible. So even when he stepped back from public duties, he was still doing a lot behind the scenes. So he has a daily red box of government papers, which he goes through every day. He was still phoning, ambassadors and, foreign dignitaries throughout the whole time that he was away from public duties. And when over 7,000 letters arrived at Buckingham Palace, and there were literally bags, courtiers were telling me there were just sackfuls of these things, and there were get well messages from people. He was really tearful because he was just overcome by the generosity of the public, not just in the UK, but all around the world, towards him and his plight. And, courtiers say that's one of the reasons he didn't want to specify with a form of cancer that he had, because he wanted to shine a spotlight on everybody with cancer, not on one particular part of the disease. And that was the reason that they gave. And I think, it has been a whirlwind year. The symptoms for Charles started over Christmas last year, although the public didn't know it. He was starting to feel some discomfort. And then in January, they announced that the Princess of Wales was in hospital and had successful abdominal surgery. 90 minutes later, so just an hour and a half later, we were told the King would also be going into hospital, the same London clinic in Marylebone, the following week to have his own treatment for an enlarged prostate. Now, of course, since then, we found out that cancer was found in both cases. So it was just this kind of whirlwind of, announcements. This whole year has been extraordinary for the royal family. You can't underplay, how shocking that is. But also, as courtiers say to me and palace insiders say, coming so soon into the new reign was also completely, unexpected and very difficult, because the King was just getting used to, the new regime, the new reign. So for it to happen, and I think he has dealt with it really well. He's had Camilla by his side, who's been a complete stalwart. Obviously, we know she's had a recent bout of pneumonia. She's had to step away from duties.